Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Intact Campus Care Presents Group Discussion. So, today's topic is art as a meaning of self expression and discovery. So, what is art or what is beauty? Art is something, art is an expression of our thoughts, emotion, and desires, but it is even more personal than that. It is about sharing the way we experience the world, which for many is an extension of personality. It is the communication of intimate concepts that cannot be faithfully portrayed by words alone. So, and because words alone are not enough, we must find some other vehicle to carry our emotions and desires. So, let's begin off with the group discussion now. Who'd like to speak first, guys?
Ma'am, may I?
Yes, Prakhar, please go on.
Art. Art is something that, ma'am, it should be like about our passion. That what do we like to do is an art. Like if suppose a person would like to do gaming, so it's an art for him. Like gaming, he would say that gaming is an art for him. And if somebody likes to study something like if he or she likes to study computer, so computer is a passion or computer is an art for that girl or boy.
Ma'am, I want to speak. Like, life is also an art. Life is also an art because, ma'am, we always used to express our feelings and thoughts through expressions. So we can't say life is not art. Like music, when we sing a song or when we play an instrument, it shows our expressions. That if we are tuning down some music, so it's simply everyone know that we are singing a sad song. So without speaking, we are showing our expression. That is the power of art.
Thank you so much. So, do we have anybody else who'd like to speak or, maybe add to Prakhar and Adhyan?
Shall I?
Yeah, please go on, Beta.
Okay. Art washes away from the soul the dust of everyday life. Picasso. A very good evening to one and all present here. Myself, Anshika Onyal of class 9 from DPS Siddharth Vihar. And today, I'm going to speak on the topic art as a means of self expression and discovery. Art is the use of imagination to express ideas or feelings, particularly in paintings, drawings, or sculptures. According to the philosopher Aristotle, art completes what nature cannot bring to a finish. It gives us knowledge of nature's unrealized ends. There are several forms of art, which includes painting, sculptures, architectures, photography, drawing, calligraphy, theater, cinema, dance, music, and many more. It is a privilege that we humans have the gift of expression. It helps a person to convey emotions that are difficult to verbalize. Art can mold one into a good human being. It is a language available to those who cannot speak or write. It can help us learn about ourselves. One such glorious example of art painting is Mona Lisa by Leonardo da Vinci. It is a masterpiece of Italian Renaissance. There are various sculptures all over the world, like Dancing Girl in Mohenjo-daro, Ashoka Pillar and Buddha statue in Sarnath, India, which gives us information about our history. Now, I will tell you about some advantages of art. It improves academic performance. It enhances creativity, sharpen intellectual skills, and we learn positive behavior and attitude. For example, photographer Senthil Kuruman won the prestigious World Press Photo 2020 award. Art develops moral value and it makes life more enjoyable. Many dance forms like Bharatnatyam, India's first traditional dance includes the practice of facial expressions. And in one word, art is supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Thank you.
So, ma'am, I want to speak one point. Like, mainly nowadays, photography is a big passion for young people. So, ma'am, photography is also a part of just giving an expression without speaking a word. Like big photographers take photos and put their photos on social website. Always used to check out their photos, and I got an inspiration from them. Ki how courageous they are to get their photos from these types of situations. And art, like Ma'am Anshika already said about many points. Like art can be classified in various points. If we mainly talk about the art, ma'am, it's a very huge and long theory that we want to say, but from these times, so I just pick up the main points of the art. So, ma'am, if we are influencing someone, so it is also an art. And if we are very good at some sports, it's also an art because art is all that thing that shows our expressions. So every day what we are doing, studying is also a type of art. Ki how we are studying, what passion, from what passion we are studying. So ma'am, art is everywhere. Online order. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Adhyan. So, do we have anybody who'd like to add to him, guys?
Ma'am, yeah,
I'm sorry, who was that with
Ma'am,
Prakhar? Akshara.
yes,
Right, Akshara, you can speak, after Prakhar is done. Prakhar, please go on.
yes. So, regarding art is actually that which shows our expression to someone. That whatever we think is an art. That we think something about. If we talk about computers, if an engineer thinks about that in computer he must like that this to be done and the computer should be functional like that only. So and if he implements in that things and he makes that type of computer that can do the thing which he want is an art that he introduced a new thing with his mind and his that about his imaginary skills and and computing skills. And this works not only in computer, it works everywhere in a life. Like if we talk about music also, a composer thinks about the music and relies and feels that music, and with the help of that feeling he actually compose a new music which can be used everywhere or anywhere that the composer would like to introduce that music. So that music is an art which is added to the field of music.
ma'am, that I'm always saying that life is also a type of art. We are classifying that only, me and Prabhu.
Thank you so much, Adhyan and Prakhar. Akshara, you can go on.
Good afternoon. My name is Akshay Garg. So today we are going to talk about art as a mean of self expression and discovery. So each morning we see the sunshine outside and relax, while some draw it to feel relaxed. Thus, we see that art is everywhere and anywhere. If we look closely, everything in life is artwork. So for as long as humanity has existed, art has been part of our lives. Basically, India is the biggest example for in culture. We have a lot of dance forms and a lot of things that is basically art. So it expresses emotions or expression of life. It is one such creation that enables interpretation of any kind. If the skill applies to music, painting, poetry, dance, and many more. So, moreover, nature is no less than art. For instance, if nature creates a something unique, it is also art. Artists use their artwork for passing along their feelings. So, thus art and artists bring value to society and have been doing so throughout history. Art gives us initiative way to view the world and or society. Basically, we have to see that art is a feeling or expression, so that we can express anything with the help of art. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Akshara. Do we have anybody else who'd like to add to her? Apurva, Anshika, would you like to add something to Akshara?
Yes, ma'am, as she said, that art gives us the ability to express ourselves. Through that expression, we communicate by drawing on our own unique emotions. We can express thoughts and experiences. And as Adyan said, that photography is also an example of art. So our school also promotes this by introducing photography clubs in which we capture the life moments in cameras. So yeah, that's my point.
So, photography is an art. Keeping that aside, some more forms of art are there. Like vlogging is a type of art where we keep our expression and show it to public as well. And YouTube is a medium. YouTube is also a medium where we can share our expression and thoughts by vlogs. So I mean to say that only if we are sharing our expressions to someone else, so that thing can be considered as art because I have saw many types of vlogs in daily routine. Some vlogs are quite motivating and some are demotivating. So we should be just talking. We should now be talking about some motivated vlogs. So there is one photographer whose name is Zakir Khan. He's a very famous photographer. I think you have heard his name as well. He used to take photos in such conditions where you can't click it as well. He had gone to many places like Alaska where the temperature is minus 40 as well, and many other places. Uh, Keeping that aside, it's very hard to define art because art is somewhere everywhere around us. So it's an endless topic, I think.
Thank you so much, Adyan. So, do we have anybody who hasn't spoken a while?
Yeah, mommy.
Yes, Apurva, please go on.
I am Apurva Singh from class 9 from DPS Siddharth Vihar. And the source of inspiration of art is that it comes from inside the artist based on their life lessons and experiences. If the inspiration comes from within, then artists are expressing themselves through their art. Thus, art is a self expression. There are innumerable forms of art, from writing to dancing, singing to creating a drawing, public speaking, and everything in between. A person who is whistling is expressing how they are feeling through the notes that they hit. Someone who is drawing can use darker colors such as brown and black to give off an eerie tone. Does that mean that all art is self expression? No, not at all. All art is not a self expression. Maybe it isn't self expression at all. This leads to the debate over whether art is self expression if the inspiration comes from an outside source rather than from within. When an artist attempts to express their self feelings through their art, a special emotion is evoked. If art comes from deep within, there is a distinguishable difference between art and comes from within the art that is inspired by an outside source. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Apurva. So, do we have anybody else who'd like to add to her, guys?
Ma'am, like art comes in many forms, such as audio. So basically, we comprises a lot of song, poems, So basically, art is in a lot, and we usually consume a lot of audio art in form of music. So it is because it helps us to our mind. Moreover, it also has the ability to change our mood and brighten it up. After that, it also motivates us and strengthens our emotions. Poetries are audio art that help the author express their feelings in writing. So that's it.
Thank you, Akshara. So, guys, do we have anybody who hasn't spoken a while? Kushal, am I audible to you, beta?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible to me.
Hi, would you like to speak now?
Ma'am, art is a kind of something, ma'am, like you can express many things by that. Not like art is not only drawing or something or painting. It's like the dance form that we are having. We can express many things like by dance we can tell many of the dance that dance what folk dance, ma'am, like they are used to tell the that history of the that thing.
Kushal, you are on mute, beta, and I guess I'll get back to you, Kushal. So, do we have anybody else who would like to speak, guys?
Yeah, ma'am. So, ma'am, then we are going somewhere and we are continuously watching something and expressing our thoughts to someone else. They show a medium of arts or thinking skills and searching skills as well. So, ma'am, whenever we speak to someone or we share our thought, that is also an art. And art can be classified into various forms such as music, thinking skills, studies, or thinking skills, studies, and imagination. So what is imagination? Why imagination is considered an art? So imagination, what you think in your mind is just whatever you think in your mind. You just saw that things earlier, or you are making some illustration of that. So that makes sense. That also makes sense. We can consider it as an art if we are considered photography and other medium as well. So we can consider our imagination power as well as an art.
Thank you so much, Adhyan, beta. Kushal, beta, you were getting mute in between. Are you able to speak now? Beta, you are on mute. That's why you're not able to speak. No worries. You can, just check your internet connection. So, guys would like to speak next.
Ma'am, should I?
Yeah, sure, beta. Go on.
Uh, Actually, all the time in this meeting, we just talked about art. So I want to just um, shorten the things like art is something that our mind thinks, our creativity, and whatever we like to do, and we implement that thing in our life, and that's an art in each of the field, like music, dance, games, art, and cricket, and whatever the stuff.
Absolutely, Prakhar. When we talk about art, it's an expression of the artist, as an expressor, translating in order to create a meaningful, thing. So it's an expression of feeling, belief, and a character also. So, guys who'd like to speak next?
Ma'am, may I?
Yeah, please go on.
Ma'am, we must be thinking that how can art help us? So, art can help us in a lot of ways. It can stimulate the release of our bodies, and this may be like turn lower the feelings of depression and increase the feeling of confidence. Moreover, it makes us feel better about ourselves. Art is even a very important thing of our life, and it is an important part of our life as well. Art is essential as it covers all the development domains in child development. Moreover, it helps in physical development and enhancing gross and motor skills. For example, playing with dough can fine tune your muscle control in your fingers, and maybe it improves your control on your fingers. So art helps, and art basically helps us in each and everything. Art is everywhere, as a lot of us have mentioned that. And basically visual art is it helps to communicate with the viewer. It also allows the viewer to interrupt in the art in their own way. Thus it invokes a variety of emotions among us. Thus you see how essential art is for humankind.
Thank you so much, Akshara. So, Kushal, if you're not able to,
Yes,
yeah,
yes, ma'am.
can you
Ma'am,
also switch on your camera?
yes, ma'am. Just a minute.
Yeah, please continue, Beta.
Ma'am, art is not only about the thoughts, ma'am. By art, we can also tell our ideas and our feelings on the anything. Like we are having our some dance. Art is not only about the that paintings and the that drawings. It's also about the dance forms and all. Like in many movies, you can see that the dance forms we are getting, we can they are also telling about the history of that city or that state. That
Thank you so much, Kushal. So, do we have anybody who'd like to add to him, guys?
May I say something?
Yes, please, Apurva, go on.
Ma'am, art is a language meant to speak the things that can't be said. It is a diverse range of human activity and resulting product that involves creative or imaginative talent, expresses of expressive of technical proficiency, beauty, emotional power, or conceptual ideas. A visual object or experience consciously created through an expression of skill or imagination.
Thank you so much, Apurva. Do we have anybody else, guys?
ma'am, by art we can get the chance to not only ma'am we express our ideas and our thoughts on something.
Ma'am, I want to add one point. So, ma'am, there are countless form of art, but we can classify them in something. So there are actually three types of commercial arts. One is the commercial art, and second is the fine art that we think in our mind. Because thinking is the main art. Without thinking and skills, we can't do anything. In exam, studying is also a art. In exam, if we just learn the question answers and give that, so it is not fine for our future as well. So we have to learn everything well. So this is just an example to tell you about the importance of art and imagination. As imagination is very important. So what you imagine matters in your life and your characters. So your character is made up of your imagination. So your imagination and thinking skills should be good, and it is art.
Thank you so much, Adhyan. Who'd like to speak next? Akshara, do you want to speak, Beta?
Imagination is basically a part of art. Just because in imaginating things, we create something new, which is actually not very difficult. real, but we try to make it real. Just because imagination help us to improve our uh, mental skills, and it help us to improve in each and every.
Yes, Kushal, if you want to speak, beta, you can just speak, Kushal, beta.
Yes, ma'am. Everyone has an artist in him, ma'am. But it's just the way that how you will express that, how you will express it ourselves and are different, ma'am. That's the ma'am. Like I thought I have thought something for like I'm thinking of a landscape. So if I'm drawing a painting and anything, so what's in my mind, I will be doing that. It will be a creativity.
Thank you so much, Kushal. Do we have anybody who'd like to add to him, guys? Apurva, would you like to add something to Kushal?
Ma'am, I can say that learning and practicing art strongly correlates with a higher achievement in reading and maths.
So, guys, is there anybody else who hasn't spoken a while? Prakhar Adhyan, would you like to speak something?
I'm thinking.
So, for all the viewers, I hope you guys know that your votes can make these participants win. So, do vote for your favorite participant in the live chat. You just have to write down their name, or you can just for example, if I want to vote for Adyan, I'll just write down vote for Adyan. Adyan, do you want to speak something, beta?
No,
Ma'am, should
actually, my friends are not able to vote me because they are late after 5 minutes.
All right. Okay. They can just
ma'am,
wait for 5 minutes and then they can vote for you.
ma'am, should I speak
Yeah,
something?
Prakhar, please go on.
Ma'am, during this meeting, only our thoughts which are running in our mind is also an art, and that we are expressing in this meeting. That's an art also. That how do we express something? How do we want someone to get to be known about our thoughts? That how we think about that particular topic. So it is also a great example for art.
Yes, ma'am. Expressing our thoughts is also part of art.
Yeah, that's the main point. Expressing thoughts and just everything is a form of art that we are discussing right. Other topic is not that much sensible at this time.
Ma'am, can I speak?
Yeah, Kushal, please go on.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, art is a means of self-expression, and ma'am, it can help a person conveying ma'am emotions that are difficult to the verbalize, ma'am. Ma'am, many times, ma'am, a person can't speak the words, but he can just draw it, or he can just tell it by his art or something. Like ma'am, various forms of expressive arts, ma'am, can tap different sensory.
भाई मैं कुछ बोलते थे Thank you so much, Kushal. Of course, we all can agree to this that art is a form of self expression. It allows us to explicate our inner selves, imaginations, emotions through, visual means. It's very crucial to every society because it provides the, social, educational, and economic benefits that give the power to communicate, correlate, with the rest of the world. So, understood history and established cultural identities. So, guys, do we have anybody else who'd like to speak? Anybody who hasn't
Ma'am,
spoken a while?
it's a kind of a aging process to like a body it can give you a relax to your mind or your body. Like it's many of my friends are like they are if they are painting or they are drawing or they are dancing, they are getting relaxed by that, by the music.
Yes, you are getting relaxed and you are learning something new. You are expressing your thoughts by a dance. In dance, you never speaks, but your dance move express everything.
Basically, expressing something is a piece of art. It's a piece of art, basically.
Yeah, it's a piece of art.
10 minute हो गए मैं खत्म कर दूँ. Absolutely, guys, and not just dance, everything. There are so many forms of art. So I hope we are done with today. Do we have anybody else who'd like to speak or yeah, Kushal?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, the most satisfying journey is the journey you take inward with yourself.
Thank you so much, Prakhar. Thank you so much, everyone, for participating and sharing your viewpoints on art as a mean of self-expression and discovery. Thank you so much to all the participants.
So, ma'am, I have a doubt related to this debate. So, our marks will be given to us on the basis of 50% of vote given
Yeah,
by the people.
yes, beta. 50% on the basis of vote, and 50% our team will decide that how did you perform, right? Okay. And if you have any more questions, you can just ask Vishakha.
So,
Yeah.
I have one question related art. So, if we are expressing anything with our thoughts and just expression without speaking anything, it's considered art. But not every time it's considered as art. Sometimes emotions are not in our control. According to the situation, the emotion gets changed. So we can't consider emotion as art.
It totally, yeah.
Expressing in another thing. Expressing emotions is another thing, and coming emotions, our natural emotions are another thing.
Absolutely, Adhyan. So it's a very long debate. Not everyone can understand your emotions and, what you're feeling about a certain thing. But it's important how you express it, for others. And that is called art. It totally depends how do you define it. I hope you all agree to that.
Um, each and every each and every person has a different viewpoint. So
Exactly.
from person to person, it depends. Yes.
So thank you so much, everyone, for being here today, sharing your thoughts. It was so lovely to have you all here. And for all the viewers watching us out, guys, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Vote for, your favorite participants so they can win this group discussion. Thank you so
Ma'am,
much.
can we cross question?
Yes, beta.
Okay, so I have a question for Prakhar. Like Prakhar just said, emotions is a type of art. So Prakhar, what are you trying to say? Just define it.
Can you just repeat your question? Your voice was
Yeah, you
breaking.
just said that emotions is also a type of art. So please can you define because we have many types of emotions like I discussed before. So can you define your point that you have said 5 minutes ago?
Actually, you there was a problem in your. Actually, you listened it wrong. I spoke that the way of thinking and the thing which we think about it. is an art, and how do we implement it, and how do we work out on that things. Like if somebody is an engineer and he has to design somewhat a car or a laptop or something, so it's his imagination that how does he want to make that laptop or a car or a thing, that if somebody wants to make a laptop, say, so it's his imagination in what shape does he wants to make that laptop, and what things do we want to have in it, that laptop. So that's the art of thinking and implementation of the art. I hope that you have got an answer.
Thank you so much, Prakhar.
Yeah.
And Adhyan, I think we're done with the group discussion. Thank you,
Yeah.
guys. Thank you, everyone. Have a good day.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
ma'am.